Hey everyone! A video just came out featuring Jony, who is one of the main people responsible for the design of the iPhone, I believe, since the iPhone 4 as well as the MacBook and the iPad. In other words, the guy is a design genius. And together with him, the CEO of Openai, Sam Altman, they've teamed up. Openai bought Jony Ive's company so they could launch a project that promises to surpass this right here, simply put. What we've been using for a long time now, this block of technology, the smartphone. So what could it be? What's in this video? We're going to react to it, but comment below. What do you think could surpass smartphones? Could it be these glasses here with artificial intelligence built in that you can look through and ask questions about things? Do you think it could be a new kind of watch? Do you think it could be a brooch that goes with you, listening to everything you do, understanding your movements? What do you think it could be? Comment below. I want to know. Let's go straight to my computer screen. Let's go. 3, 2, 1, go.
I think we have here the opportunity to completely reinvent what it means to use a computer. Sam is a rare visionary. He carries an incredible responsibility, but his curiosity and humility remain absolutely inspiring.
Two friends.
Jony is the deepest thinker I have ever met. What this allows him to create is unmatched.
Luke. They've actually already been talking and discussing things together for about 2 whole years now, huh? Can you believe it?
I moved to the United States, drawn by the electrifying optimism of San Francisco and Silicon Valley. We are at the beginning of what I believe is the greatest technological revolution of our lives.
Wow, they've really come a long way, huh?
I have a growing sense that everything I've learned over the past 30 years has brought me to this place. And this moment.
Jony Ive, Sam Altman.
Good morning, Jony. Hi, Sam.
Espresso coffee?
I'm good. And you? I'm good. So, what is this announcement we're talking about?
Look. A new company called I.O. Because what happens? So, there's Openai, right? Then there's Jony Ive's company after he left Apple. Now, Openai has bought Jony Ive's company. So Openai just bought the company, right? I don't know if it's going to cease to exist or not, but now a new company is going to emerge called I.O. Let's go. Let's continue.
2 years ago, Jony and I started talking about what the future of artificial intelligence and new types of computers would look like. I was running Openai. Jony was leading a design company called Love From, which, in my opinion, became the greatest concentration of talent I've ever heard of in one place, and probably that has ever existed in the world.
So Openai bought this Love From, and now this I.O. is going to emerge?
And it quickly became clear to both of us that we needed a third company. A year ago, I founded I.O. with Scott Cannon, Evan Zanch, and Tam, who are extraordinary engineers. They assembled a team of remarkable specialists in various fields, ranging from hardware and software engineering, physicists, researchers, to product manufacturing experts.
Oh, it's already clear that Openai already has the software, they already have the program. What they're looking for now is the hardware, right? Which is the equipment, right? Here, iOS runs, which is the software. So now, right, the iPhone is the hardware. Same thing here. What runs the software here is Android. The device here, right, inside, right, of the device, right, of the phone, there's the hardware or the phone itself, right? You could, it's a device, right? What they're going to launch is a device. Let's continue here.
And now I.O. is merging with Openai, which was created with the mission to figure out how to create a family of devices that allow people to use artificial intelligence to create all kinds of wonderful things.
Hey, they're saying it might not be a phone and that it could be a wearable, right? I really believe in smart glasses. Even though this one here is the Ray-Ban Mate, it takes photos, it records videos, you can talk to the artificial intelligence, you listen through the arms and everything. And now Google is going to launch, I had the Google Glass, which was a failure and all that, but now Google is going to launch glasses through the Android XR platform. I believe that glasses with all the technology, with top-notch design, with everything from Openai, with ChatGPT and all the technologies would work really well but there are already glasses that use ChatGPT and also use Gemini from Android, from Google. So I don't know if this would really be disruptive, right? It must be something else, right? Let's keep going here. See if he gives us more clues.
We're still working on it. I think, let me think for a moment. It really completely captured our imagination. Jony called and said, this is the best work our team has ever done. Yes. I mean, Jony made the iPhone. Jony made the MacBook Pro. I mean, these are like the ways that define how people use technology. It's hard to top those things. These things are truly amazing. Recently, Jony gave me one of the prototype devices for the first time to take home.
Which device? He speaks.
I got to live with it, and I think it's the coolest piece of technology the world has ever seen.
Well, it's hardware, right? Because it's a piece, it's a device, right? So in conclusion, right?
The products we use to deliver and connect ourselves to unimaginable technologies have already been around for decades.
Yes.
So it makes perfect sense to at least think there must definitely be something beyond these old products. We have like a magical intelligence in the cloud.
Is this jelly? How curious right now? Leave a comment below.
If you want to ask ChatGPT something now about something we mentioned earlier, think about what would have to happen. I would have to like grab my laptop, open it, open the browser, start typing, and I'd have to explain it. Then I'd press enter, wait, and then I'd get a response.
You see what he wants, what problem he wants to solve. We have ChatGPT, right? For me to use it on the computer, I have to turn on the computer, right? I have to grab it, open it, turn on the computer, open ChatGPT, access it, type, ask the question, and wait for the answer, then receive the answer. All right. On the phone, it's the same thing. You have to grab your phone, turn it on, open ChatGPT, ask your question, and wait. It takes a long time, right? I mean, it doesn't take that long, right? But nowadays, that's a lot of time, isn't it? So the question is, how could this be done in a more natural way? I'm talking about the glasses, because the glasses are already on my face. So I can just go ahead and ask, right? I'm not going to say it now because otherwise it'll start talking to me. But like, so then, I'll just grab the Alexa isn't here, right? So it would be something like, hey, Alexa, what am I looking at here? Or I hold here and say, what am I seeing? Or what's my next appointment? So you solve that part with the glasses, right? I think the watch is interesting too, but you'd kind of have to do it like this, right? Unless you had the earbud. But with the glasses, the earbud is already the arm, right? So for me, the best solution for now is the glasses. But you know what else it could be? Those devices that didn't work out, right? Like the AI pin, for example, right? It was like a brooch you'd wear here on your shirt or jacket, and it would listen to what you were saying as you went about your day, and you'd interact with it, kind of like a cell phone, only significantly smaller in size. Maybe that little microphone everyone is using, the round one, if you were that tiny, without a screen, just something you could wear like an earring or, about the size of a ring, right? Which is why he talks to you. But the problem is that you would need the microphone and then you lose privacy because you'd be talking. Now, with the glasses, that's not the case because they're close to your ear and the person next to me can't hear. So for me, the best solution would still be the glasses, right? But let's see if he gives us any hints. And leave your opinion in the comments below, right? Let's get back to his line of thought.
I would have to, like if I wanted to ask ChatGPT something now about something we talked about earlier, think about what would have to happen. I have to like grab my laptop, open it, open the browser, start typing, and I have to explain everything. Then I hit enter, wait, and then I'd get a response. And that's the current tool the laptop can do. But I think this technology deserves something much better.
So how did it all start?
Well, my son Charlie was the first person in the family to use ChatGPT, and he said, "You need to meet Sam."
I met Jony's family pretty soon after meeting Jony, and they were kind of just an incredibly lovely family. And I just kept thinking about what a privilege it is to really connect with someone new. And it's been a long time since that's happened to me. Yeah, I know.
The guy just works all the time, right? He only talks to ChatGPT, man.
Yeah. And the reason I think this happened is that we both had a very strong vision in common. Maybe we didn't know exactly what it would be one day, but like the direction, as if it were the force vector, seemed clear. And also this deep sense of shared values about what technology should be. When was technology really good and when did it go wrong?
I mean, that was, in a way, one of the foundations, I think, for one of the reasons why Sam and I connected. Because despite our wonderfully different journeys up to this point, our motivations and values are exactly the same. In my experience, if you...
Man, Sam Altman, he's the one who has the vision. He's a guy who can raise a lot of capital, right? A lot of money. That's why OpenAI has money to invest, to buy Jony Ive's company and all that. And the guy is the king of design, right? It makes things finer, more beautiful, more intuitive, and everything. So what an amazing partnership, right?
You're trying to get a sense of where it's all going to end up. Like, you shouldn't be looking at the technology. You should look at the people who are making the decisions and observe what drives and motivates them and look at their values.
San Francisco has always been like a mythical place in American history and maybe even in world history in a way. It's the city I most associate with the forefront of culture and technology.
This city made possible and was the birthplace of so many things.
The fact that all these things happened in the Bay Area and not anywhere else on this huge planet we live on, I really don't think that's a coincidence. There are many strange and peculiar details about the geography that I think make a difference about the way the city was built.
You know, I mean, those ridiculous hills. Why would anyone actually choose to put so much effort into building on this insane topography?
I think it's glasses that Jony Ive is wearing glasses. By the way, there are rumors that ChatGPT is going to launch a lifetime subscription, right? I'm going to buy the Google glasses. They should arrive by the end of the year, especially because Meta takes a long time to roll out features to all countries and Google already works worldwide. Besides, well, Google has everything, right? Just imagine I could already integrate it with my email, my documents, with everything we use from Google, right? Suddenly I could make a video call because the difference is that this one doesn't have a screen, right? The Google glasses will have a screen, so I'll be able to see Google Maps, everything, so it's wonderful.
I think there's something in San Francisco. You can't choose when you want freedom. Either you have it, like you let creative freedom express itself in all its weirdness, or you don't let it.
I feel that I truly owe this city a huge debt of gratitude.
Come on, give us a tip.
I want this to be democratized. I want people to have access to this. I don't want only part of the population to discover how to use their tools. I want anyone to be able to say, I had an idea and I made it happen.
The responsibility that Sam carries is honestly beyond my comprehension.
For me, it's a device that's going to use ChatGPT a lot, right? I can talk to ChatGPT, I can ask it for information, it sees what I'm seeing, which is basically like that movie Her. Sam Altman's life mission is to bring that movie Her to reality, the one with Joaquin Phoenix, the guy who played the Joker, and Scarlett Johansson, where there's a super advanced artificial intelligence, which actually isn't that far off anymore. It pretty much does what ChatGPT does today, maybe just a little bit more, give it another 3 to 5 years, probably closer to 3 than 5. So for me, it's a device that I'll be able to take anywhere. I'll be able to access ChatGPT with all its power whenever I want. I'll have information whenever I need it, and this information and this access will kind of be democratized. It'll be accessible to everyone, right? The device can be like, oh, it's democratized and it's going to cost 5,000 reais, right? But maybe it'll be the price of a ring, the price of a pair of glasses, maybe like $1,000, $500 maybe. Anyway, if it doesn't have a screen, maybe it'll be $300, $400. So what do you guys think? What's your opinion?
I have some idea about this, but I've seen him. And I've seen him over the last 2 years take on this responsibility, like even very, very, very late at night. But what really impressed me is that what he's concerned about isn't himself or even his company. What I see you worrying about is other people, the customers, society, the culture. And to me, that tells me everything I need to know about someone.
You talk to people who use our latest model and they say it's like genius level in every field, and you just need to dedicate yourself to like putting it all together. But if you have a difficult problem, you can count on this like team of geniuses in all these different areas, and they report, I'm 2 or 3 times more productive as a scientist than I was before. I'm 2 or 3 times faster at finding a cure for cancer than I was before.
The problem with artificial intelligence is that people don't know how to ask. They need to have a repertoire, they need to have knowledge. I'll give you an example of an employee, right? If you have an employee, the guy is awesome, he's a professional, he has all the technical knowledge. But if you don't know how to ask, don't give details, don't say exactly and clearly what you want, he won't perform at his best. He won't deliver the best results. So it comes down to the person's communication. So the problem isn't AI. The problem is knowing how to ask. If you don't ask properly, it will give you a shallow answer. Let's continue here.
I have this incredible external brain. This simply didn't exist 6 months ago. I think this is going to be one of those moments of pure abundance, of wealth, of what people are going to create for society.
I am absolutely and completely certain that we are literally on the verge of a new generation of technology that can, in fact, make us even better people in our lives.
Yeah, they're not going to mention the device, but I want to hear from you. Leave a comment below. For me, it's a device where you can access ChatGPT anywhere. It will be able to interact with you by voice. It will see what you see. You can ask it anything you want. There won't be any limits. You can travel with it. You'll spend the whole day with it. For me right now, glasses are the best solution, and we're making progress. We're still just starting to evolve with smart glasses, but it could be a device the size of a brooch. I just don't know how you'll be able to interact with it without other people seeing. Maybe a brooch plus an earpiece, or maybe something like an earring, right? I just had this idea, kind of earring or a brooch, something you can attach, right? An earpiece that it comes with, you know? There are earpieces that have cameras, right? But not a camera for taking pictures, a camera to see the environment. Maybe that's it, right? An earring, something you put on your ear because then you can wear it all day without it bothering you. Comment below what you think. And remember, if you want to keep following me on this topic of artificial intelligence, I'll leave this video here that you can't miss.